Hey, it's me coming back at you again with another vid. This time I'm going to talk about the Zurdo Ramirez and Chris Billiam Smith fight. First things first, I have to say my hats off to these cruiserweights. This was for the unified WBA and WBO titles, and it was what I expected. I mean, you got two fighters who are who who put up a great show. I mean, who willing to slug it out, but built on Ramirez for the most part. That was actually early in his career that he was willing to throw hands, but he's been very more cautious with his style. He's been more refined as a boxer. The most frustrating thing about him is that yes, he has so many fights over the years, but he hasn't really been in the main profile fights. Aside from the Dmitry Bivol fight, his biggest profile fight that he had year today at that point was against our aging Arthur Abraham. He schooled him and beat him for the super middleweight title back, long time ago, a long time ago. And then he's had some really not so impressive looking fights against Jesse Hart, which I don't know why he kept rematching that guy. And then he recently, had not too long ago fought Dmitry Bivol when he was Bivol's mandatory for the light heavyweight title. Bivol totally schooled Ramirez, and as I recall, I gave him maybe 1 or 2 rounds in that fight. Totally dominated him. And it's very evident that Ramirez was kind of weight drained. He's literally too big. He was very big at light heavyweight and at super middleweight. So now he's at his comfortable weight at cruiserweight. He recently captured the WBA title. I think it was against who did he beat for that title? I have to go back and check. But anyways, Lee Scott said trainer, and Billiam Smith has come off a string of good wins against Messinek, Riatpour, and Coley. He took the title off Lawrence Coley. So yeah, Billiam Smith has been on a run, but nonetheless, as I predicted, at some point, sometime, Chris Billiam Smith's style is going to get him beat eventually, and he's going to have a very short career span because the man is a straight come forward fighter with a high guard. His guard is high, but at the same time, he keeps his arms a bit wide, so he's an easy target, and there's no head movement. He keeps his head on a straight line, and he keeps scoring up when he throws his shots. And as you see today or tonight, Ramirez totally picked him apart with straight left hands, mixed it up with his, he showed a variety of punches to the body, and then he showed him angles, and which confused Billiam Smith. And he only fights one way, and what's startling is that Billiam Smith didn't really make any adjustments because that's just not his style, and he doesn't really do well on the back foot. So the only thing he could do is try to find a way to time Zurdo Ramirez and try to, punches slip out of his arsenal, but he just doesn't have the reflexes. And I scored the first round for Billiam Smith, and I scored 2 through 6 for Zurdo. 7th was pretty close. I maybe edged it for Billiam Smith. But after that, Zurdo kind of won the fight, and I probably gave Billiam Smith the 10th round, but that was it. Let me know what you guys are. As I was saying, Chris Billiam Smith, Chris Billiam Smith. Zurdo Ramirez is the rightful winner. He is the new WBA and WBO Unified Cruiserweight Champion of the world. I mean, he put up a great performance. Where does he go from here? He did mention that he would love to unify with Jay Opetaia. He wants that fight, so let's hope we can get that going. As far as Chris Billiam Smith, I wish him the very best, but I don't know, man. He's going to have a lot of work to do. As far as this trying to develop his skills, or is he going to stick with with Shane McGuigan after this? I don't think he should get rid of him. I mean, Shane's done a fine job with his limited ability and style, but yeah, it's definitely going to be a difficult role for him to come back from. But we'll see. We'll definitely see him back. Let me know what your thoughts about this. I'm out.